Well, today we're going to be changing the valves on this FireMagic Regal Series grill. Got the front cover plate taken off here, and it looks like these valves are bad and leaking gas. So this one's stuck, this one's leaking, this one's fine but really rusted. So we're going to swap all three out. We got the new parts right here. These valves, they're I believe these ones are universal, not OEM FireMagic valves. So these were like $23 each online, grillparts.com. So that is a lot less than the 50 it was running for the OEM, and shouldn't really matter. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed. First step is to remove this connector here to the gas line. So next we're gonna remove the gas line here. As you can see, I just pre-loosened it, but you take your wrench, it's fairly tight. So I've got this large, you could use either pliers like this, or I'd recommend using an actual wrench that fits the exact size of this nut here. I don't have one on me, so I'm just going to do it this way. That comes off next, and then as you can see, we did the other one. So we took this piece off here. We just put the wrench on here, making sure to not damage these threads at all. Do not want to get anywhere near these threads. Put the wrench on there and unscrew the fitting. Okay, so we have one of them. Now we just have to take the pliers, as you said, pre-loosen this one. These are really tight. So we need to be really careful though. I put some oil on them actually first, just to loosen up the threads a little bit. And next we'll need to unscrew this. So it's still too tight, I'll have to use the pliers. I did start pre-loosening it here, and these are old, so we can damage these and it won't matter. So I don't have to worry about the threads as much here, but we're just going to basically loosen this here. And it's actually still really tight. Get a good grip on this here and just rotate it. And I already pre-loosened it, as you can see, but you're just going to rotate it. And it's going to fully unscrew. It's getting loose now, so I can probably do it by hand. Yep. And this just unscrews. It's hanging up on this piece here. It's almost there. Okay. Oh, there it is. Barely comes out without hitting this piece here. That's interesting design, but it came out. See, we have our gas line here. So we're just going to clean up these threads a little bit, and we're going to put new Teflon tape. It's actually a special Teflon tape on these threads. This yellow Teflon tape made for gas lines. And we're going to wrap it at least 4 times around these threads of the new valve. So we'll do that next here. So I'm going to finish taking out these other 2 valves, and then we'll get started reassembling it. All the valves off and cleaned. So a little clean to make sure everything's out of those ports there. I'm going to wrap all the fittings with this yellow tape here. This will provide a good seal so we don't have any gas leak. Okay, so we just wrapped the threads on the valve, both sides. Did 5 rounds each on this valve, and then we're going to install it. So just basically take it and screw it in here. This grill, you have to press the little valve stem down to get it to go around the first time. And let's see if we can get it to go in there. Need to make sure it's straight, not cross-threading. There it goes. There it goes. Nice and easy at first. It'll thread in very easily. Little resistance, but you can tell it's not cross-threaded. It's going in there straight. Do it by hand at first, and then it's going to get too hard to do by hand. So right there, Okay, now we're going to get the wrench out. Do it the rest of the way. Actually going to use the adjustable wrench here. Right there. I want to be gentler with these ones because they're new. I don't want to damage them. We just basically have to get the wrench on it and keep turning it until it starts tightening up. And then we'll go finish that last turn. The adjustable wrench wasn't working so good, so we got back out these pipe wrench here, and I'm using a piece of plastic that came with it to pad the valve so we don't damage it too much. We don't want to hit the threads, so we want to go off the body. There we go. And yeah, let's see, we'll just be gentle here and see if we can get it to go without damaging the valve body. There we go. Alright, we'll keep going to turn it all the way up flush. So next, we're going to keep tightening that one, but we need to put the fitting on. Looks clean. So we're just going to thread the fitting on next. Just like this. This is actually going to make it easier to turn. Let's get the adjustable wrench back out. Well, maybe not. Maybe this one's better. And we'll just tighten that up. It's going to make the whole valve spin too, which is good because that'll be easier. There it goes. Okay, so the valve's straight. So now we need to hold the valve while we turn this the rest of the rotation around. Okay, so now we got all the valves installed, all three of them tightened up, and then we want to turn the gas on. All right, and then we want to take a spray bottle with some soapy water and check for leaks. Imagine you'll be able to smell a leak too. Soak those in the soapy water, see if we have any bubbles. Imagine you'd be able to smell the propane too if it was leaking. Looks good. I don't see any bubbles, don't smell any gas. So next, let's go ahead and try turning us on and see. Should have some gas coming through. Put one of our handles on here. Let's see. This one looks like it's a bit damaged. Let's try another one. This one looks better. It looks like it goes that way. Not that. Not going on there though. There it goes. Okay. All right, we can hear it working. High and low. Oh yeah, there's gas coming out. So that one's working. There's no gas out here, so that appears to be, that's working. Okay, and let's try this one. Yep. All right. those appear to be working. Now we're ready to reassemble the grill, and then we can test light it. Now we're going to put it back together. So the cover just sets in place here, right on there. These don't look like they line up, but that seems to be fine. And then this piece of metal on this grill is the FireMagic. So it's a little different than some, but it looks like it pops down in here. It slips right in here. There. Locks that in place. That's it. A little trim piece there. And then we got 2 screws here, one on each side to put in. Alright, we have it all back together now. Buttons are back on, the handles, the grates. Now we're going to test light it. The igniter's working. So let's turn our gas on here. Turn it on. And so it ignites. Just did a little adjustment on that igniter. Probably should have got a new firebox for it as well. It looks like it was rusted off, but regardless, I got it situated in a spot where it's right by the gas coming out, and it did light. So the valve replacement appears successful here. And I'm going to burn off this grill and burn off any of the dirt inside there, and give these grates a little scrub down. And we are good to go here. Gas, we got the all these valves replaced here, and they're working perfectly. As you can see, I'll turn them down and up, down, and back up. So this is all working like brand new. Very nice. This was the valve replacement on the FireMagic Regal Series grill. You can see it's all stainless. Pretty nice grill. Just needed some new valves, and those valves were 20 bucks each, so we're in about $80 on this repair. Seems to be working like brand new. So definitely something you can do yourself. I got a quote to do those valves for $450, and instead took care of it for $80 in about an hour of time. You could definitely do it a lot quicker next time. First time working on FireMagic here. It's a little different than the Lynx. Lynx, I think, felt like it was a little easier. But either way, they're both pretty easy. So definitely a repair you can do yourself. Thanks for watching.